Well, folks, I don't know how she did it, but Leigh-Allyn Baker just keeps digging her grave deeper and deeper. If you don't know what I'm talking about 4 months ago, I made a video discussing Leigh-Allyn Baker, also known as Amy Duncan from Good Luck Charlie, and the absolute bonkers thing she was saying and doing. She had like a weight loss program that she was a part of and like promoting that she doesn't seem to be promoting anymore, at least from what I can tell. She made a Christian Christmas movie that seems like it could be pretty offensive. I haven't gotten the chance to watch it yet. I do apologize. There was like a sci-fi pandemic themed TV show that she was doing. And she also decided she was going to launch merch based off of her character's catchphrase from Good Luck Charlie, ba-bam. Not only did she deliver on her promise of making this merch, but she has also done some other absolutely bonkers things, including endangering children's lives. Not directly, but still, it's kind of crazy, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But first, what's up? My name is Connor McDowell, and I'm currently campaigning to be People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for the year 2024. If you like this video, or you think I should be nominated, just hit subscribe. One subscribe is all it takes for me to be a sexy man in a magazine, in print, at the grocery store that you beg your mom to buy, but she refuses to buy for you when you're like 6 years old. Why do you want a copy of People Magazine when you're 6 years old? I don't fucking know. That's not my problem. But you did, didn't you? You did want that. And she didn't buy it for you. I also currently have a GoFundMe going on to help me after my surgery that's coming up this Friday, April 12th. So if you are at all able to help, that would mean the world to me. The link for that is in the description down below. Anyway, let's freaking talk about Amy Duncan. So she put out this ad for her merchandise.
Yeah. Like, I've been canceled 4 times already. So I'm uncancelable.
This is just such a crazy announcement for a merch drop. I had to bring it up. Joshua 1:9 all day long. I'm so happy that she is putting Bible verses in the description for her ad for merchandise. So you know she's a godly woman, and you are buying godly merchandise. What is Joshua 1:9? Let's look up that verse. Joshua 1:9, I look it up, it's just like,
trans people should go to hell.
Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord, your God, will be with you wherever you go. I know I was joking before, but that actually is a crazy, crazy Bible verse to put on your Instagram post discussing your merch drop. I hate her politics, but she's so funny, I can't unfollow. Look, she is funny, but in a completely different way. So I hope you think she's funny, and the 9,000 people, almost 10,000 people that like this, think she's funny in this way and not like an unironic way. Because she's not funny in an unironic way. She's actually extremely hateful and hurtful and unkind. She's also working on a children's television show that's currently in the fundraising process.
Hey friends, I'm Leigh-Allyn Baker.
The star of Good Luck Charlie. Like, she was the main character of Good Luck Charlie. She physically cannot stop using Amy Duncan to push her own products, and I think that's very funny.
We have something super exciting for you.
Did you tell him yet, Mr. Kirk?
We are making a brand new children's
Iggy, what are you doing?
Sorry, I was just getting ready for the big announcement.
What the fuck was he doing? Was he murdering somebody in a wood chipper?
The treehouse isn't gonna build itself.
He was building a treehouse.
Imagine a show that teaches solid morals like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, only modernized with high energy, hilarious dialogue, animated stories, new surprise guest stars at every turn, and Iggy the Iguana.
They're making Sesame Street. They quite literally just made Sesame Street, but with one puppet and extremely Christian and conservative. Like, how dare you use the Zumbumafu model to push your nasty Christian conservative children's TV show? Okay, but Connor, we didn't even watch the entire video. How do you know this children's programming is Christian and conservative? Well, it's actually pretty easy. It's being made by a company called Brave Books, and Brave Books is also the publisher of Leigh-Allyn Baker's brand new children's book.
Trashy the trash can. I was staring at the trash can and it tased me.
Remember when Amy Duncan wrote a children's story?
Hey everybody, I'm Trashy the trash can.
That didn't turn out so well.
I'm a trash can that gives out candy. Woo!
Maybe I could write a children's book.
That's the story of Trashy the trash can, the end.
Maybe I already did.
One Small Little Voice by Leigh-Allyn Baker and Brave Books. So what I'm assuming happened is Brave Books wrote this book and then said, hey, Leigh-Allyn Baker, do you want to say that you wrote this book? Speculation. I am speculating. None of this is fact. Please don't sue me.
Once upon a time. The time is now. We're taking back the princesses.
Brave Books has partnered with Leigh-Allyn Baker to write One Small Little Voice, a Christian children's book that teaches the importance of standing up for what's right and being courageous. So, if we were to do a little bit of math here, we could figure out that since the book that this book publishing company has published is a Christian conservative book aimed at younger children, then we can also assume that the television show that they're writing is also the same thing. Hi, Editing Connor here. There's also this part where they keep mentioning having guest stars come in, but they never specify, like, anybody specifically. They just keep saying, all of these guest stars we're gonna have. And I think that's kind of funny.
So excited to be working with you, Kirk, and other great guest stars. What I'm most excited about is how each episode will teach a valuable lesson.
From the cast of Adventures with Iggy and Mr. Kirk,
Thank you! Have you seen my safety goggles?
They're on your head, Iggy.
God, Iggy's a fucking idiot, isn't he? What's he gonna teach children? How to hate gay people? Yeah. I agree. Children's television should only be religious messaging. I would genuinely rather kill myself than show my child whatever this garbage is. And the funny thing is, they don't even have a TV show yet. This is just their idea of what the TV show is gonna be like. We can see that they have only raised enough money to do 3 episodes and a little bit of a 4th episode, and the total cost of that is gonna be $400,000 just for 3 episodes. Oh my god, yeah, wait, here we go. I've cracked the code. The problem. Off the top of your head, you could probably name a dozen movies or TV shows you would not allow your children to watch. But how many can you name that you would, without reservation, want your children to watch? It has hit the point where there are now over 250 LGBTQ characters in children's television shows. Recently, CoComelon Lane has featured a same-sex couple. Movies like Lightyear have had same-sex kissing scenes. Strange World features a gay teen romance. Even Blue's Clues has taught children about LGBTQ flags. Because it's okay. This is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. This is genuinely a good thing. We have to remember how powerful stories are to our children. When we read a story or watch TV or a movie, we identify with characters and take on their identity and reality. This is because, as humans, we're wired to emulate the behaviors of those around us, including the characters in the stories we consume. It is extremely important to surround our children with the kinds of stories, heroes, and values that we want them to use as examples in their lives. Hollywood knows there is a hunger for more wholesome children's content, but they refuse to stop making content that indoctrinates our youth into their deranged agenda. That's why we need your help to make a TV show that Hollywood and the big studios would never allow to be made. Enter Adventures with Iggy and Mr. Kirk. In the last video I made, I was speculating, I believe, on whether she was homophobic or transphobic or not. And this right here absolutely 100% proves that Leigh-Allyn Baker does not like gay people at all. Amy Duncan, what the fuck are you doing? I'm so sorry. The really funny part about this is that there was a literal lesbian couple on Good Luck Charlie.
Hi, Susan.
Hi. Amy, this is Taylor's other mom, Cheryl.
Oh, hi.
Taylor has 2 moms.
Nothing gets past you, Bob.
And she is saying that television shows have gotten too gay when the television show that she was on and continues to promote and use to gain followers and clout had a gay couple on it. Like, what the fuck? You're literally promoting the thing that your other show was promoting. And I know that she wasn't a writer on that show, but she was on it and she still uses it to promote herself. So if she was genuinely serious about all of this, she would be saying, fuck Good Luck Charlie 2. I am so ashamed that I was on that TV show. But she's not. And do you know why? Because it brings her in money. And that's what all of this is about at the end of the day. I am speculating that this is all just about money. She probably does hate gay people and trans people and actually is an anti-vaxxer and all of these crazy things. But she is also doing these things for money. Because if she wasn't, she would condemn her earlier work that goes against her core values. But she doesn't. She continues to use it to promote herself. God damn, Amy. I don't know how, but you have just gotten worse. You have gotten so much worse. Funnily enough, this wasn't what I was going to make this video about. I personally cannot believe that this happened. This is fucking batshit insane, and her own fans were actively getting mad at her about this in her comment section. During the Eclipse, Leigh-Allyn Baker posted this video, or I guess she went live, or fucking whatever this boomer bitch does.
I'm live. Okay, I'm sitting here waiting to test out my connection because I have an interview coming up for my book. But here's what I want to say. Stop telling kids that they'll go blind if they look at an eclipse. Okay, when I was little, there was an eclipse. My mom handed me the stupid little paper glasses with the little colored filter. And guess what? I took those suckers off.
Now, I don't think there is a scientific explanation for this, but if Leigh-Allyn Baker is gonna go off the dome and talk about anti-scientific facts, then I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure her staring at the eclipse as a child without those glasses gave her permanent brain damage. Either that or she also ate paint, because this is fucking ridiculous. She is actively telling people that it is okay for their children to stare at the sun. Now, she will go on record later saying this is not what she was saying, but this is absolutely what she was saying. If you are insinuating that something that people are saying is dangerous is not dangerous, that is incentive for people to do that thing. There is a reason Jackass starts with a warning to never do these things. Because these things are fucking dangerous. I'm not saying that Jackass is going and looking at the eclipse or looking at the eclipse is as bad as something they do on Jackass. It is, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you do not put a warning that something is dangerous and you actively tell people that this thing is not dangerous, you are incentivizing people to do this thing. Does that make any sense to you? No? All right, fine. Let's keep going.
I mean, if it's so powerful to make you go blind, I'm pretty sure you'll have the instinct to close your eyes before it burns your retina.
Hey, Amy Duncan, that's the fucking problem, isn't it? You can't look at an eclipse because your brain doesn't recognize that it's the sun and that you shouldn't be looking at it. You can definitely go blind if you look at the sun. This is insane. She's actively telling people that it is okay to look at the sun during an eclipse. Genuinely a fucking idiot.
But schools closed down today because it was dangerous for children's eyes.
But it is dangerous for children's eyes. I don't understand. That's the whole fucking problem. What the fuck? If you think it's not gonna get crazier, I am so sorry to disappoint you. This is going to get even more insane.
What about all the people driving cars during an eclipse?
It's a danger. It is a dangerous thing to drive a car during an eclipse because you could not be paying attention to the road. You could be staring at the eclipse, which can then lead to people crashing into other people. Like, there are so many dangerous things that can happen during an eclipse, and you are just throwing things up in the air saying, oh, what about this thing? Yeah. That thing is also fucking dangerous to do during an eclipse. What the fuck?
What about all the doggies outside during an eclipse? They don't go blind.
Because the dogs aren't going to directly stare at the fucking sun. Genuinely, I think that this lady might be the dumbest person alive. And that's saying something.
I'm just saying, what don't you want us to see? It's just weird. The whole thing is weird to me. If it's going to burn your retina, I have confidence that you will want to shut your eyes. I trust you. I believe in you to look after your own health. That's it. The end. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
This is the problem with QAnon brain. You look at everything, and I mean every single thing, like it is some sort of government conspiracy that they do not want you finding out about. Because nobody is saying that you will go to jail if you stare at the fucking sun. There isn't something that they don't want you to see. Because if there was something they didn't want you to see, you would fucking see it, because you obviously didn't use the Eclipse glasses if you even looked at the eclipse, if you were able to see it. I don't know where you fucking live. It's just saying, hey, this thing could cause blindness. You don't want to stare at this for too long because you could damage your eyes. Just like staring at the sun for a prolonged period of time will damage your fucking eyes. Why did she need to turn this into some sort of conspiracy? Why is that? I've been seeing so many posts lately being like, there was an earthquake and there was an eclipse. The end of the fucking world is happening. And it's like, no, I'm still here. We're still living. The world didn't fucking end. And there was nothing that the government was trying to hide about the eclipse. I cannot believe that this is a sentence that is coming out of my mouth. Like, I'm genuinely just so lost as to how somebody comes to this conclusion. But the answer is really simple. Brain rot. Her brain has rotted from the inside out. And I am so sorry if this is how she acted on the set of Good Luck Charlie, because that must have been a fucking nightmare. I mean, there's definitely reasons why the cast, when they all get together, do not invite Leigh-Allyn Baker. Probably because she's a fucking nutcase. If you look at the comments, we have, seriously, it's not a good idea to tell people it's okay to look at the eclipse without the glasses. Even if people are blessed to not go blind, it could still damage their eyes. People driving should be looking straight ahead at the road, not up in the sky. Love you, but you're not giving good advice. Exactly. And like I said, people are like actually getting mad at her. Girl, I grew up loving and watching you on TV, but like, you sound crazy as fuck right now. She sounds crazy with everything she says. We just saw how she was mad about LGBTQ romance in children's television, but regular romance, regular dick and balls and vagina, totally fine. What the fuck? Believe it or not, we still have one more thing to go over, and it's her quote-unquote correction of what she said. It's not really a correction, she just kind of doubles down.
Hello, I'm live. Again, second time today. So what I learned from my first live is that the message that I got from fear-mongering children has turned into, I've told everyone to stare into the eclipse and stare into the sun and that it won't hurt their eyes.
That's another point that I forgot to touch on in the last one. She says that this is all about fear-mongering children and how fear-mongering children is a bad thing, but this thing is actually dangerous. Why are you trying to protect your children and saying that this dangerous thing isn't dangerous? Because it's because you're mad that people are fear-mongering children when it's genuinely a dangerous thing? Do you get mad when we tell kids to look both ways before crossing the street so they don't get hit by a car? No, because it is a protective measure to keep children safe. Just because you didn't want to spend the $2 to buy paper glasses for your children doesn't mean that this is an okay thing to look at. You are insane, and I genuinely feel so scared for your children if they were actually looking at the sun during the eclipse. I feel so scared about how endangered your children would be. You are over here on the internet talking about how fucking horrifying it is to see one same-sex kiss in Lightyear or a gay romance in Strange World, and you are actively, possibly, I am speculating again, ruining your and your children's eyesight in the process. You fearmonger, Amy Duncan, saying things against drag queens and trans people and gay people. It fucking baffles me that you can go on Instagram and talk about fearmongering during something that is actually dangerous and say that it's not okay to fearmonger children. Am I going insane? Does this make any sense to you guys?
That's not what I said. It's not what I would ever say.
But it is what you said. Whether it was directly or indirectly, you told people it was not dangerous to do something, therefore endorsing this thing by saying it's not dangerous. If I go online and I tell people that building a bomb in your garage is legal and safe, and then that person blows themselves up in the garage I am responsible for that person's death. Do you understand this? Of course you don't, because you're a fucking idiot.
What I'm saying, I don't suggest anybody peel their eyelids back and stare into the sun or an eclipse. Not recommended. Definitely gonna hurt.
So you fucking admitted the thing. You admitted that it's gonna hurt and that it could damage your eyes. Just because something doesn't hurt you directly doesn't mean it's not bad for you. I should know. I'm fat and won't stop eating junk food.
I'm hopeful you'll close your eyes at that point and you won't be blinded. My problem is that schools closed down, and I heard certain kids say that they don't even want to go outside at that time because they're afraid they'll go blind.
Because you can, especially children. If children aren't wearing the proper eye material, they could go fucking blind. If they don't have the proper eye material, I would recommend they don't go fucking outside either. It is okay to instill fear into children so that they don't do things that are actively dangerous.
So my problem isn't that you shouldn't use precautions and not stare for long periods of time with your eyelids peeled back into the sun or the eclipse. My problem is that children should not be afraid to go outdoors during an eclipse. Like, people drive during an eclipse, they don't go blind. Dogs are outside, people play outside, they don't go blind. My point is, stop being so dramatic with it.
That is not what you said in your video. That might have been your intention when you made the video. I don't think it was. I think you then made this video to backtrack and change your point of view and your stance.
Don't look into the sky, someone says. Most of my fans are awesome and great. My friends are awesome and great. But man, there's a few on here that were like, you know what? You're going to cause people to go blind, and I'm unfollowing you because people are going to go blind now because you told them to stare directly into the sun. And it's just, these are the days that I'm like, why am I even on Instagram? It's so stupid. Why am I even on it? Hi from Australia. Hi, Australia. But then I see someone like that, and they're like, hi from Australia. And I'm like, hi, Australia. Here's looking at you, kid. So anyway, good luck, guys.
I actually do something called sun gazing every now and then. In fact, I like to stand out in the yard and my bare feet about 30 to 40 minutes after sunrise and stare into the sun for a couple of minutes in the morning if I can make the time for it. What the fuck? And when I have time for it in the evening, about 40 minutes before sunset, I'd like to do the same thing. My vision is just fine and I feel great, and the same cozy feeling I get staring into a campfire, which I recently found you're getting infrared light from all that sun, campfires, candlelight. It's pretty awesome. So this dude is literally going outside and for 30 to 40 minutes is staring into the sun. Wait, is this an actual thing? Most traditional healthcare professionals and ophthalmologists don't recommend sun gazing. And you know what's really funny about all of this? That kind of ties everything together and makes everything make so much sense. Leigh-Allyn Baker replied to this comment about how this dude stares into the sun for 40 minutes every day if he can, and says, same. It's good for your pineal gland. I'm inclined to believe her. I genuinely think that she's actually going outside and staring into the sun. All right, I think that's where I'm gonna end it. If you like this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe if you think I should be nominated to be People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for the year 2022. If you want to watch my original Leigh-Allyn Baker video, I'll link it down in the description along with all of my social media and my Discord, which you can join. Please join my Discord. I want more engagement in my Discord. Thank you. You can also follow my Twitch. I go live on Twitch every once in a while. And if you want to catch that, that's the place you gotta follow too. So here, you gotta subscribe, and over on Twitch, you gotta follow. And you have to follow all my social media, and you have to join my Discord. And if you want, you can also donate to my GoFundMe. I'm Connor McDowell, and I'm gonna not stare into the sun for 40 minutes, because I'm not an idiot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Nothing gets past you, Bob.